Hey, it's Scotch Test Dummies. I'm Scott.
I'm Bart.
Back with another Irish whiskey. This one's Blue Spot.
Blue Spot. I love the spots. Yellow, green, maroon,
red, green,
magenta.
We're gonna
test it.
Good old Blue Spot cast strength style.
Bam, I punched it up. Test it. All right, we're in. So that one's a little dusty on top.
Yeah, this one actually is still 750 milliliter bottle.
7 years old.
I picked this one up, was recently in Colorado for vacation.
Okay.
Local liquor store. Picked this up.
Got it.
Actually,
Jacob's Liquor. That used to be the one of the old.
No, this was in Granby.
Got it.
Granby, Colorado.
Small you're up in the
tourist. Yep. Yeah. Small tourist town. Blue Spot. This is Middleton Distillery.
I grew up in Evergreen.
The spots are, you mentioned the green spots. They have, most of those carry a 10-year age statement.
Okay.
Now, there are a couple special editions they do where they're wine cask finished in the green spots.
Yeah, you know the spots.
Yellow spot is
Irish.
12. 15 is, red spot is 15-year.
Really? What's 21?
They don't have.
Dang it.
Maybe,
Black spot.
Sure.
I'm just making it up.
I don't remember past red spot now, 15-year. Anyway, this is 7-year, but cask strength. We've got several cask types involved here. Bourbon barrels, sherry butts, and Madeira casks. Wow. 58.9% ABV.
Love that.
From Mitchell & Sons Wine and Spirits in Dublin. Non-chill filtered.
Good.
Cask strength.
Love that.
And it should be as well. Single pot still Irish whiskey, which is you either have single malt Irish whiskey or the single pot still.
Got it.
Which is malt. They use malted barley and unmalted barley.
Right.
I love both, but really some of the spots and the single pot still methods really produce.
For a second, I thought you were going to say some of the good,
floral,
the bad,
fruity,
and the ugly. Clint Eastwood.
Yeah.
The old spaghetti western.
I remember that one.
Yeah, fistful of dollars. All right, what do you got?
Some
of you may be hearing that is the tornado warning.
You poured me.
I poured you too much, too little?
I think too much in that glass.
I think you poured them. You poured them and handed them off, yeah. I didn't pour them. Look how you blame me. Just automatic. You just go right to me.
Yep.
You poured them too much. Bastard.
You did it.
You did it. I'm blaming you.
There's a little bit of ABV. Sweetness, a honeyed.
Yeah. Whew. ABV got my nose.
Yeah.
ABV, sweet, honey. Well,
a little bit of
malted,
a berry.
I feel like I'm getting the malted barley.
Malted barley.
Berry, I would agree with you.
Yeah.
There's a fruit, a dark fruit.
Yep.
You gotta keep
toffee.
your mouth open. Keep your mouth open while nosing, otherwise you're gonna. Yeah, toffee, caramels, cream. Whew.
At first, I wasn't getting much on the nose, but then it really kind of started to open up once it. Well, I think I had too much in my glass. It was once I poured some out, it got a little bit better. But all right.
Ooh, wow! Hold on, back up. Holy moly, what is that? That's a nice mixture of flavors there. I feel like I'm getting a caramel.
Ooh.
Well, yeah.
Whoa.
Caramel's taking it over right now. I'm going to have to come back in.
Yeah, a lot of caramel, fruits.
Whew.
I think this one's going to take some water and it's going to open it up. It's pretty compressed in here at this 58.9, but...
Boy, the caramel's all over that, though.
Yeah. Honeyed, caramel, sweet, a little drying of this ABV, a little astringency.
Dang, caramel apple.
Yes. Yeah, very nice. I like that. Halloween style. Green apple, caramel on it. Let me try one more. Neat here.
Yeah, the caramel apple's all over the finish. On the forefront, I'm even getting some spices. Some kind of spices in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then it drops
Cinnamon,
to the
nutmegs.
sweetness. Yeah. Cinnamon, nutmeg, and then it goes all sweet apple.
Ooh.
Sweet caramel apple. Man.
Gold Spot was one of the other ones that was in there.
God dang.
That was a special edition last year.
Well, I'm
2
loving the
years
Blue
ago.
Spot, I can tell you that.
Oh yeah, very nice.
Mm.
You had a very small drop. Are you happy with that one?
Sure. I haven't tried it, but go ahead and double her down.
Well, 58.9%.
Yeah.
So
it can take
people ask how much, what's a drop of water?
Yeah.
How much do you add? It's really, to me, it's flexible because it depends on the ABV of the whiskey
Yes.
and it depends on how much is in your glass.
100%. You read my mind on the second part. I was like, because I'm thinking, and what's in the glass?
To me, it's maybe with a 40% whiskey, is it literally a drop of water?
Sure.
Generally, I like to refer to it as a round of water. This was the first round of water.
Good.
Which was several drops on here, but that's based on, I know this is 58.9%, and there's a healthy pour. So if I want to see some change, it's going to take a little bit more water.
Just hit it. If you're a seasoned whiskey drinker, you want to see, does the water affect it?
Mm-hmm.
Your test is does the water change the whiskey? Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it does to its detriment. Sometimes it does to its advancement. What you got?
So I don't think I added enough water. I don't see too much change here. Man, it's just good.
Mm-hmm.
There's dark fruits.
Yeah. It's good
Sweetness, oak.
You're right. That didn't change it.
Caramel still, toffees.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The finish transition is so caramel apple, and it lingers caramel apple. That's funny. I'm going to take even more. So this one's handling water great. 2 more drops. High ABV. It's great. Again, every once in a while, we'll run into a commenter that's like, you shouldn't add water to it. I'm like, shut up. You have no idea what you're talking about. Of course, first you should do whatever you want. You want to drink it neat, drink it neat. But the point is, it changes over time.
I always encourage people, and when I test a whiskey for the first time or whenever I'm taking notes, I'm going to do it neat.
Yes.
I'm going to try it with a round of water. I'm going to try it with 2 rounds of water.
Yes.
And you go from there. If you like it neat, you like it neat. But at least you know.
And when I've brought in folks, I've had folks over to the house. I will invite, usually cops, over to the house, and I will tell them we're going to taste some whiskey. And some of them get a little trepidation.
Yeah.
When that happens, I start them in the reverse. I will give them something diluted. And I'm telling them, I've diluted this down. I'm giving you just a little bit, and it's diluted. Sip it. Try it. They usually immediately go, holy moly. And then I tell them, finish that. And I'm going to pour you, and I'm going to give you a drop. And then I finally pour them another one. We're not even talking we're at an ounce yet. But I give them another one, and it's pure, no water added. And now they've seen 3 transitions, and they're like, wow. And that's how I bring them in. What do you got with the 2 drops?
Blackberry jam peanut butter.
Shut the front door.
No.
Blackberry jam peanut butter.
Remember the jars when they started years ago? We were probably like 10 or 12 years old, and you could buy peanut butter and jelly together. You know,
I never did that. It felt weird.
I know. Yeah, it was weird, but you didn't have the right proportions.
Yes.
But really, just picture that, though, but a blackberry jam in there with it, and you scooped a little bit of that out.
Yeah, they tried it, but you're right. The proportions were always wrong.
I always like more jelly.
Me too.
Than peanut butter.
As I've gotten older, more peanut butter. Yeah. I want the protein. Less sugar.
I'm just still looking at the palate here.
Woo!
Delicious.
God dang, does that hold up?
Yeah, it's still holding. We've added several drops of water here, and it's still holding up. Still good. In fact, let's just...
Yeah, do it again. Go for number 3. This is what we do here. It's crazy. We're the dummies. Give me a double drop. That's a double drop, so that's 6 drops. Look at that. Woo! And the whole point is it's still strong up front. A berry.
Even strawberry, blackberry, little nuttiness, oak.
Wow. And I'm going to say one other thing. And maybe this is sacrosanct, but it's so strong, it's holding up so well at cast strength. I'm going to say if you gave me this blind, I would think this was a Scottish single malt. I'm not picking up some of those things that we would get from that single pot still.
That's true. Yeah.
It's powerful. It's strong. I mean, it does say cast strength.
So the spots, single pot still. Red breast is single pot still.
Yeah.
That's the two main players doing the single pot still method.
Yep.
Majority anymore, I think, are single malt Irish whiskeys. But
you turned me on to red breast. I love red breast.
Beautiful whiskey.
Your 21-year-old red breast is delicious.
Oh man, those things, the price that they've seen.
It used to be.
In our
I thought it was
area,
expensive.
and I think coming into the States, Irish
How
whiskeys have doubled in price. Doubled.
Because you picked one up at $220, and I thought it was expensive.
Barry Crockett is a special Middleton release.
Really?
Used to be $220.
Oh no.
$500.
No, shut the door. What?
No, and that's not. I mean, that's retail. I mean, that's not even like secondary prices. That's just, and we've seen that across. Yes, it's
stupid.
It's getting crazy.
Stupid.
Love it. 90. It needs a. I think it needs. It's good. It's broke into that good whiskey. It's a little light on the finish, a little light on the depth. But still great overall. It's probably just because it's 7 years old.
But it is cast strength.
It is cast strength. It's very
punchy.
nice.
It's punchy.
So I'm giving it that 90. It's breaking into that really good whiskey. And I think if it was a little bit, if this was 10, 12-year-old cast strength and it had a lot more depth and finish on it, it's definitely going to be like a 92, 93. But yeah, 90 as it sits here.
All right. I'm going 89 just because I'm a bastard. Okay? Bastard, I'm going 89. But at this cast strength proof, you are getting your money's worth. This thing's taking water like nobody's business. Mm-hmm. So if you're cheap like me, I'm a little cheap. Yeah, yeah. You could add water to this. You could enjoy it twice as long. That's all I'm saying.
Spicy cinnamons and nutmeg showing now.
It smells great.
So, if you like cheap, you're not going to like it. $150. Which is actually, that's what it was. And there's
for
a lot of
7 year?
Yeah. But even 2 years ago when Blue, I think 2 or 3 years ago when Blue Spot came out, that's what it was. This one's been sitting on the shelf since then. At that original.
Nobody's buying a 7 year
150. I think that's what people see and it turns them off.
It does. They're like, I'm not doing that. That's a great whiskey.
And fact is, I think this is the first, maybe the second time I've ever seen it sitting on the shelf. And I think it's just looking at the dust that's been sitting there.
You hate Irish whiskey, so we can leave this here.
You can keep it. It's okay. I do love it. It's good.
You can take it.
This
one's surprising.
I've got so much whiskey.
Yes, we both do. We've got whiskey coming out of our arse.
That's right.
Whoops.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No.
I can't
That's a good, like, Irish, I think.
Really?
It's an Irish word.
Arse? Okay.
Or Scottish?
Either way.
Maybe Scottish. No, Scottish.
Scottish?
Yeah.
Arse.
So you might have offended somebody. Oh, my God.
Wow. He said it's coming out of his arse. You need to see a doctor. All right. How about merch? We didn't push the merch last time. Do we have any merch?
We did.
We have some glasses.
Glasses, coins, shirts, hats. Go to ScotchTestDummies.com. You can buy anything. Help support the show. It keeps the lights on. Helps us buy whiskey, which we do buy with our own funds.
We do. We do.
And you can go to Patreon.
Because Patreon helps out a lot. If you go there, you look up, so first Patreon, then Scotch Test Dummies. Support, please, for at least $1. But if you do $2 or $3, we'll shout your name with Gusto. Yeah, we say Gusto. We'll say it. We'll say your name a lot. Scotch it. You Scotch gods.
Cilantro. Dummies.
Mm.